Welcome into another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Days. I'm Michael Knight sitting down with Cashion senior Brexten Green. Brexten playing wide receiver as well as defensive back for Cashion. Let's start by going back to last year, what you guys were able to take away from those experiences. Obviously, didn't end the way you would want, but at the same time, you were able to win a lot of football games, go far into the postseason, and take some momentum into this year.
Honestly, especially for the younger guys, we're really just trying to show them that at Cashion we won a bunch of football games and that we can just take last year and just motivation and just drive us to stay in the off season, working into regular season, and hopefully when we get to start a little bit of 7-on-7 this week, and just giving it motivation and just let it drive us more due to what happened. So not being able to winning obviously in the last game. So hopefully that all of us can just stay motivated and push each other due to what happened.
What has this offseason been like where you haven't it hasn't been normal by any means, but at the same time you're trying to forget about what happened last year, and the best way is to just continue to look forward, continue to work. How difficult has that been where you probably had plenty of time to just sit around and think about how the last season ended?
Yeah, well, due to COVID, obviously, we haven't been able to do much. It just feels weird because we've always started practicing football in May, and we practice every day before even school is out. And it's just so weird not being able to be around the guys and everything. And it really stinks not being able to hang out with the guys, especially just playing football. But I don't know how to explain it because I've never done anything like this. So, I mean, a bunch of us have been working out, and my buddy has a barn that we've been working out in, so we all been trying to stay in shape. And like a bunch of us went and got jobs and stuff. So, I mean, obviously it's just not a typical off season. So we're just trying to stay motivated, and I know it's ready to get back out there for sure.
Well, the one thing that is good is you guys are starting to work out again. You're starting able to get back together as a team. How much fun has that been the last couple of weeks to get workouts going and get back as a team instead of just working out, by yourself or working out with just a couple guys?
Well, honestly, I wasn't ready to start just because I know it's my senior year and I was just not ready for it to start the end, But after we got out there the first day, I just fell back in love with it. But so happy to be back on the field with the guys and love being in the weight room with Coach Robertson and all the boys. So I'm really glad to be back, and I'm ready to start playing some 7-on-7 for sure.
You brought up 7-on-7. You as a wide receiver, obviously Cashion, the last couple of years they've been putting up a lot of points offensively. Last year you have Ben Harmon at quarterback. He's returning as well. How much does that help as a wide receiver to have a guy in Ben who you probably have some chemistry coming off of last season? How much does that help this offseason to continue to build off that?
It's been awesome. We've been running routes after lifting every day, and he has thrown the ball great. We went and played 7-on-7 just as our own thing, and with Guthrie, and we played. And I thought he threw the ball just as good as he's ever thrown it, and I think we're really starting to get some good chemistry, especially between me and Mason Manning and Gavin Phippen, our two other receivers, and Landon Lagasse. That will play a lot for us, and I think we've been looking really good. Played really well when we went to Guthrie, so I think it's going to help a lot having more chemistry with Ben returning for sure.
With those guys returning, including yourself, and like I mentioned, Cashion, they're no stranger to lighting up the scoreboard. How much fun is it for you to play in this offense where you're going to have an opportunity to make some plays?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing like it. You can't beat Friday nights. I'm just scoring a touchdown with the boys and everybody coming down and celebrating with you. I mean, everybody's just as happy as you are anytime you score, and I love seeing the other guys score touchdowns just as much as I like scoring them myself. So it's always super fun because it's always a good time. There's always a bunch of highlights.
Now, for you going into your senior season, have you done anything, you mentioned not necessarily wanting it to start, but taking more of a leadership role and more of a role with some of the younger guys that are coming up? Have you taken more of a leader? I mean, what have you been doing this offseason to help some of those younger guys along?
Well, just during the corona, the first time it really set in, and I realized that we're all actually after going to quarantine and everything. I just try to keep up with the younger guys and make sure everybody's still going to play football and everybody's trying to stay in the best shape they can, because I know a lot of them can't drive yet. So obviously, I can't make them come to the weight room, but I've been trying to make sure everybody has a ride to lifting, and I take a bunch of guys home pretty much every day, and I just make sure they're involved. And like we have group chats and stuff, and make sure all the younger guys are in it, just so they can stay connected with all the guys and just motivate them as much as I can.
Now, looking at 2020, this season, what has to be, and we'll wrap it up here, what has to be different? Because, look, you guys are still going to be one of the better teams in Class A, but at the same time, there's unfinished business there. What has to be different in your mind for you guys to not only make it back, but to win the whole thing?
Probably just stay positive, because, I don't know, it's just, I don't know how to explain the loss, but just after we didn't score before halftime, I feel like the momentum just going into the locker room was way down. But, I mean, we still came back and played a good second half, but I just think we have to play as a team just as much and make sure that even when there's doubt in some of the younger guys that we got, all of us as seniors, we just have to make sure that nobody's getting down on themselves or mad about what happened in the first quarter. Just always got to play the next play because that's the most important one. So.
Brexten, thank you for sitting down with me today. Good luck to you and your teammates in 2020. Looking forward to seeing what you guys do this fall.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
He's Brexten Green. I'm Michael Knight, and this has been another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Day.